every type of marriage in 5 minutes. Polygamous marriage. Polygamous marriage means that a man has more than one woman at the same time and is married to more than one woman. Experience has shown that women have a very low position in this type of marriage, and their rights are never properly recognized. Polygamy is a common practice in ancient civilizations, including Islam. Polygamous marriage. Polygamous marriage means that a woman has several husbands at the same time. This type of marriage was prevalent among Arab tribes before Islam, which was declared forbidden after Islam. Polygamous marriage is less common than polygamous marriage. This type of marriage is more common in the Marquesan Islands of Gli and Zaya, the Samoan and Bahama tribes of Africa, and in India between the Tian, Toda, Kota, Khasa, and Ladakali Bhuta tribes. Monogamous marriage. Monogamous marriage is the most common and accepted type of marriage in the whole world. In a monogamous marriage, a woman and a man get married and promise each other not to have sex with another person, and any sex outside of marriage is considered treason. Monogamous marriage is as old as humanity and the marriage of Adam and Eve. Since monogamous marriage makes couples equal and able to understand the meaning of true love, sacrifice towards each other, and the feeling of peace they create between themselves makes it easier for them to grow and flourish. Usually, in a monogamous marriage, the usual conflicts in a polygamous or polygamous marriage do not exist, and the children will have a calmer and more suitable environment for growth and upbringing. White marriage. In a white marriage, the couple lives under the same roof without legally registering their marriage or becoming a concubine. In some cultures, this type of marriage is considered a prerequisite for formal marriage, but this type of relationship is not accepted religiously. Syrian marriage. The purpose of this type of marriage is not to start a family, and it is done to escape the law, for example, to obtain the citizenship of the country to which they immigrated. Gay marriage. In this type of marriage, two people of the same sex, two women who are homosexual or two men who are homosexual, are married. This type of marriage is not accepted in most countries, and families have a very negative view of it, and it is even recognized as a crime. But in some other countries, it is legally accepted, and they can even have children through laboratory methods, or this to adopt a child. Wife's child. In most countries, the legal age for marriage or the legal age for sexual intercourse is 16-18 years, and if the marriage is done at a younger age, it is known as a child of marriage. In most countries, child marriage is known as child sexual abuse and is legally prohibited, but unfortunately, in some countries, there is still no law against it. Purple marriage. In order to hide their true sexual orientation, some famous people agree to a marriage that is considered conventional by the society. For example, the marriage of a heterosexual woman to a homosexual man in order to hide the man's sexual orientation. Purple marriage is also known as inter-orientation marriage, marriage in absentia. Usually, in an absentee marriage, one of the parties lives abroad or has a legal prohibition to travel. That is why he is present at the wedding ceremony in the form of a video or audio call, and his legal representative with a valid official power of attorney for the conjugation marriage is present. Marry yourself. Self-marriage or sologamy means that a person decides to marry himself. Sologamy is seen in some countries, including America, Japan, Taiwan, and England, and it is not prohibited by law. Hamzai marriage, or Sambo. In consanguineous marriage, two people live together and have children without being married. This type of marriage is popular in Sweden and Scandinavian countries. According to the laws, if one of these two people dies, his spouse can continue to live in the house they lived in and inherit the property in the house. But for other property, such as a bank account, there must be a will. Have group marriage. A group marriage means the marriage of several people at the same time, in which, unlike the classic marriage where only two people get married, several people start living together, and they all become spouses. The only country where group marriage is officially performed is some regions of Brazil. Open marriage or communal marriage. An open marriage or an open relationship is a marriage or a relationship in which both parties are allowed to engage in sexual or romantic relations with another person whenever they want,